Jacques, perhaps just to start on a somber note, I mean, it must have been a huge shock for you this morning with the whole Phil Hughes situation.
It is. To wake up to that was certainly very sad. I think I went to bed last night, kind of hoping and kind of expecting to wake up to hear the news that he's, a lot better and out of ICU, and that it was very sad to hear that. Phil's a magnificent man, a tough little competitive cricketer that hurt us in Durban, and immediately from day one that I'd met him, he seemed like a really nice guy, and really sad news this morning.
Hard work for you today on the bag. There have been a couple of celebrity caddies over the years. You're one of the most famous of them. How was it out there today?
Yeah, look, I think up front you must say I'm a bag carrier, that's for sure. I certainly didn't do any of the hard work, granted all the yardages and that, and perhaps gave my opinion on a couple of lines and ideas here and there, but I thoroughly enjoyed my day. I learnt a lot out there today, and it's just nice to get a different perspective of how the game's played, and especially when you're so tight and in close and inside the ropes, to see how differently they approach things and their mindset is compared to when they're playing a social round with you. I thoroughly enjoyed my day out there.
You've played enough pro-ams to have actually seen some of this up close. Was this even more intense?
For sure. Pro-ams are still a practice round for the golfers, and to see the difference in mindset is incredible, and to see the focus and how they go about their business, how they attack certain holes, how they sort of settle on certain holes. It's very impressive to see how these guys go around their business. It's certainly, as an AMI, it's very impressive.
You spent much of your career being the kind of rock that the South Africa team turned to kind of get things done. Did you feel at any stage that you wanted to get things done today?
Yeah, I think when you walk you always get that little itch like you want to play, or you see a certain shot and how would you play this, how would you go about this, and that was the nice thing, is that we got in certain situations today, and how would I have done it, what would I have done differently, and I learnt a lot. I think that one of the biggest lessons I learnt, that as us Amis think the pros hit every shot perfectly all the time, and they don't. They do miss hit balls and hit bad shots. That's just how they recover, and they recover so well. They always give themselves a chance to make that par, where us Amis try and play the miracle shot and you end up getting a double or triple bogey. They don't compound their mistakes, so that's the biggest lesson I learned.
I've heard your handicap is coming down quite nicely in retirement now.
Yeah.
Would you follow some other former professional sportsman into professional golf?
No, this game's far too tougher. It's obviously something that I really have a big passion for. I'd like to try and get down to scratch. I'm at 3 at the moment, so that's one of my goals. But you realise when you caddy and you're up close to these guys, how good these guys are. You just realise how good you've got to be to make this a living, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch the skill levels of the guys that I walked with today.